The wait is over. The third and final career mode on FIFA 23 is finally here. Welcome back, guys. Son of Scotland 90, brand new career mode. As you all know, my primary career mode is Hearts on FIFA 23. I am going to take Hearts to the very top. We may have got off to a shit start so far, but I'm going to turn things around. I'm going to pray to God, and if He's real, He'll answer my prayers, and we'll start winning games. I've also done a foreign career mode where I have travelled to Holland so I can get high on drugs and hook up, so I can win PSV, the title, and take them back to the top of Dutch football, and also make them a European giant. And who knows, maybe if I can win a league title, maybe if I win a European title, then maybe I can go to Amsterdam and I can, I can visit the rival stadiums and then maybe have a night out in the town. But we're here with the third and final career mode. This career mode, we are going to go down below the border. We're in faded England, the Premier League to be exact. Now, I was thinking, which Premier League team could I go? And then it clicked to me, I am absolute shite at FIFA. So what I need to do is go the shittest team. So when I lose game after game after game after game, you get the point. When I keep losing, I'll be okay, because I'll be losing with the worst team in the league. And unfortunately for them, that worst team in the league is Nottingham Forest. Now, they used to be a massive club, there's no doubt about that. They used to win trophies, and that is what my main goal, that is what my ambition is, that is my target for this series, to get this club back winning stuff. But there's a good chance that won't happen. Just because I want it to happen doesn't mean it will happen. I want to sleep with Harley Quinn. It's not happened so far. It might happen, but it's no happened. So, who knows? I want Nottingham Forest to win titles under me. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Probably more chances of the Harley Quinn thing happening, to be honest. We're going to play as the real manager. We're going to play as Steve Cooper. I mean, I like Steve Cooper. I've got a lot of respect for Steve Cooper. He looks like he's missing a few chromosomes, but, I mean, I'm not going to hold that against him. He's got a good footballing brain, so, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Steve Cooper, he looks a bit of a weird guy, but I don't care what he looks like. I care about what's going on inside his head. What's he got in there? What kind of tactics has he got? What can he do for me? Can he take this team? I guess it's more like a co-management thing. He's the manager, but I'm the guy that's, helping him, controlling him. I'm managing the manager here, right? So me and Steve Cooper are going to double team the Premier League. And something that I thought would be cool to do with this Nottingham Forest career mode, I thought we could actually maybe look at trying to implement Scottish players more into the team. Scotland, we are on a massive rise. Look how well we're doing now. We're in Group A of the Nations League. We're actually overtaking England. We've been promoted, they've been relegated. I know, it's great. It's brilliant. But when you look at it, you look at the Premier League, got so many players, good players now filtering into the Premier League. You've got Andy Robertson, Tierney, John McGinn, there's McTominay in there, Aaron Hickey's just joined Brentford. Scott McKenna currently plays for Nottingham Forest, but I was thinking we could maybe look to add more, because there's a lot of good Scottish players out there, and that is what my plan's going to be. I'm not saying this is going to be a Scotland 11. We're not going to relocate Nottingham Forest and put them in Edinburgh or something like that. But I would like to bring a couple of Scots into the club. But unfortunately, to do that, we will need to wait till January. Because as always, I'm going to keep the transfer window off. Why did I do that? Couple of reasons. Realism. I like the fact that I want to start the season with the team that Nottingham Forest have. I want the complications and the challenges that come with that. If they have no strikers, if they have a shit defence, if the goalkeeper has no hands and ain't capable of making saves, I want to have to deal with those problems till January so I can fix them myself. I don't want a quick fix where after one game, that striker's too slow, I can just go out and sign a pacey guy. For me, I don't like that. It's just too easy that way. And like I said, I like the start of the season where it feels official. You've got the official players, the same players that are at the club. I don't want to start a new season and Lionel Messi moves to Man City, before the season even begins. I don't like that. For me, that sucks. People that like that, fair play to you. You do you. But this is Son of Scotland 90, and I am going to do me. But let's look at some of the club info with Nottingham Forest. Founded in 1865 by a group of Nottingham-based shinny players on Shakespeare Street. Wow, what a history. The club played its first official football match 1 year later against Notts County. They've been crowned champions 1 time. I'm hoping to make it 2 times. And have won the domestic cup on 2 occasions. Nottingham Forest secured the first division title in 1977-78, just 1 year after gaining promotion. The club surprised and delighted supporters by winning back-to-back European Cups in 1978 to 1979 and 1979 to 1980. Now, they won the title a year after promotion. Nottingham Forest has just won promotion, so you know what that means. If we follow history, we're winning the title this season. So there you go, guys. No pressure. No pressure. In terms of the board expectations, domestic success, very low. Continental success, very low. Brand exposure, medium. Financial, very low. Youth development, medium. Basically, this club, this board have 0 expectations. They've just accepted that the club's shit, the players are shit. And most importantly, Son of Scotland 90 shit. So they don't seem to have any expectations. But I've got expectations, guys. We can do better than what the board want us to achieve. Just quickly go over the career settings for this Nottingham Forest save. Match difficulty always will be ultimate. Half length, 6 minutes. Currency, sterling. European competitions will be enabled. Financial takeovers are disabled. Negotiation strictness will be strict. International job offers are enabled, although I don't plan on taking any. And the opening transfer window is disabled. Alright, so we're into the main menu now. Let's look at what the board want us to achieve, not just short term for this season, but also long term. So confidence rating, as you know, always starts at 80. For me, it doesn't take long to dip below 80, but for now, we are at 80. In terms of youth development, sign 4 players in your youth academy assigned to each of the following positions. So 1 for each position: goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, forward. That's easy enough. You don't even need to play them. You just need to sign them. So, yeah, I mean, we could just bring up 4 youth players to the main team. They could sit on the bench. They could never play a game. They could just, like, fly past like a tumbleweed, and we would achieve this. So, that seems easy enough. Brand exposure. Get 7 clean sheets in home league matches this season. Nah, you get, 19 league games at home. We need to keep clean sheets in 7 of them. That's almost like just less than 1 in 3. I think we should be able to do that. It's not going to be easy, of course not. It's going to be hard, especially with me defending. I'm not the best at keeping clean sheets, but I think it is doable. Sign 2 players born in North America. Again, doable. I don't really like being, forced into signing players for a particular nation. Why didn't it say sign 2 players for Scotland? Because that's what I want today, but I guess we could do that. I mean, there's a couple of decent players for North America, I'm sure, somewhere that we could have a look at. Financial, make 2.6 million profit from youth player sales within 2 seasons. With the inflated money in England, I mean, that should be easy, no problem, as long as we get the youth players into the team and get them sold on. Domestic success, Premier League finish mid-table. That, I think, is very harsh to me. If we survive relegation, that should be more than good enough for the club, but they want mid-table. Interesting. Emirates FA Cup, they want us to reach the last 16, which I think is fair enough. I mean, depending on the draw, maybe you could go further, but if you get Man City like in round 4 or something like that, then it's going to be tough. In continental success, we ain't in it, so we don't have any expectations. At least not for now. I do want to get in it, but that's probably a few seasons down the line at least. So it is now time to go through the squad. Let's look at the players that we will have for the opening season. Who are going to be our heroes? Well, first off, between the sticks, we have Dean Henderson on loan from Manchester United. 25 years old, 79 overall. I mean, who knows? He's probably not going to get any game time at Man United. Probably won't be going back to Man United. If he plays well for us, then it is potentially a player that we could look at making permanent come the end of the season. We have Horhath out on loan. We have Jordan Smith, who isn't any good, to be honest. And we have Wales International Wayne Hennessy, who is a solid backup. For our level, 74 goalkeeper is a solid backup. Moving on to left backs, we have Tofolo, 26 years old, 72. It's not great. We have Renan Lodi on loan from Atletico Madrid, 80 overall. Be interesting to see how he gets on. It's a really good signing for Nottingham Forest. Surprised Atletico let him go, but we'll see how he does. Omar Richards, 24 years old, 73 overall. Again, another good player, and be interesting to see how he gets on, but I doubt he's going to topple Lodi. I mean, it's just not going to happen, is it? We have Joe Worrell, former Rangers man, 25-year-old Englishman, 74 overall. He is the captain of the club also, so we'll see how he gets on. Then we have Steve Cook, 31, 72. Seems like he's been around a long time, still though relatively young at 31. I have to say that, I'm 31, so I've got to say that he's young. If I say he's old, then I'm just calling myself out for being an old bastard. We've got Scott McKenna, 25, a leader among men. He doesn't actually have that trait or whatever, but I'm going to call him it anyway. 73 overall. I think he could easily go up. Maybe we can get him to 76, 77. Who knows? There's still a lot of improvement in Scott McKenna. Jonathan Panzo, who is currently on loan at Coventry City. We've got Riley Harbottle on loan at Mansfield. Another centre-back we have is Baikon, 22-year-old, 70 overall Frenchman. He can play centre-back, right wing-back, left wing-back, can pretty much play everywhere. Willie Bolly, international, experienced, 31-year-old Ivory Coast centre-back. I mean, there is some good centre-backs at this club. Wow, Musa Nakete. I mean, Nottingham Forest do have centre-backs. I mean, I like McKenna. It's going to be hard for McKenna to get game time in here. There is. I mean, the centre-back positions, it's going to be hard to choose. Loic Bade is also on loan at Nottingham Forest. Why do we have so many fucking centre-backs? Can someone explain this to me? We've got Maybe So as well. I mean, just too many for my liking. Moving on to the right-backs, they've got Nico Williams, 21-year-old, 71 overall. I believe he used to play for Liverpool. I think Nottingham Forest made it permanent. He's a permanent player, so he must have made it permanent. But yeah, this guy's got potential. We'll see how he gets on. Moham Drager, 26-year-old Tunisian, 70 overall, currently on loan at side SC Lucerne. We've got Serge Aurier, again, had spells at PSG, had spells at Spurs, is a good player, and excited to be using him. Should be, a big part of our starting 11. Back on loan at Carlisle. Got Laria on loan at Toronto. Moving into the midfield now, Kayate in there. Again, another long-time Premier League player. I believe he played for Palace, some other clubs as well that I just can't think. Maybe West Ham, but he's 77 overall, decent player. Cafu, 29-year-old, 69 overall, probably won't feature much, to be honest. His role is rotation, and that's no surprise to me. Jack Colback, former Newcastle man, just not that good of a player, if we're being honest. Championship level at best, I'd say. Harry Atter, this guy has been... I can't believe how low his rating is. I'm not saying I think he's a good player. I'm just surprised that his rating's this low, but I mean, it is what it is. 65 overall. Sporadic role. Again, I don't think he'll feature much. Is what it is. Got Ojeda on loan at Real Salt Lake. Tyrese Fornat on loan at Reading. Ryan Yates, 24-year-old, 73 overall, CDM, decent player. Got Oliver Hammond, young kid, prospect for the future. Got Remo Freuler, 80 overall. Never heard of this guy, so be interesting to see. I guess we'll need to start playing him because he's got a good rating. Oriel Magala, 75 overall, 24-year-old Belgian. We've got O'Brien as well, could be a good player. Konate looks decent. He's 21, 61 overall, but he's a prospect, so he could still go somewhere. Morgan Gibbs-White, 22-year-old, 75 overall. This guy could have something special. I mean, that's a good rating for someone only 22. Jesse Lingard, I think he's a good player for Nottingham Forest. I mean, it does feel weird seeing him being 29. He just doesn't seem 29 to me. I always imagined Lingard was like 20, early 20s, but I guess he has been around a long time now. He didn't really cut it at United. Had a good loan spell at West Ham. We'll see how he gets on at Forest. We've got Maiton out on loan. Brennan Johnson, at least it's not Adam Johnson, 21-year-old Welshman, 75 overall. We've got Sam Sturridge, 23-year-old, 71 overall. We've got Taiwo Awone, 24-year-old Nigerian, 77 overall. Lyle Taylor, 69 overall. They can't really see this guy doing much, to be fair. Emmanuel Dennis, 24-year-old, 76 overall, might be our key player going forward, and that is it. So, yeah, I mean, looking at this, I think we could do a striker. I mean, yeah, you got Awone, who is 77, and Dennis, both are 24 years old, and 76 and 77 overall, respectively. But, I mean, if you take those two to the equation, we don't have that much in terms of strikers. So, I mean, if the transfer window was open, that is something I would maybe look at trying to fix. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe Shea Adams, maybe Lyndon Dykes. But we don't need to worry about that right now because the transfer window is not open. So we're just going to have to deal with what we've got here. In terms of our youth academy, we've got Dexter Glover, Javi Tapia, Salim Said, Sam Forrest, who his potential looks really good. 76 to 94. We'll need to keep an eye on this kid. 68 overall already. I mean, he seems to be the standout player, man. 68 overall at 16, man. This guy could be... He's already 6'2". I mean, this guy could be a fucking legend. And last but not least, Henry Laurent. Alright, so going forward, I think this is going to be our starting 11. Obviously, Dean Henderson in nets. Now, the back three, the centre-backs, I'm going to go with McKenna, Bowley, and Worrell. But what I noticed is the pace here is pretty much non-existent. Worrell 57, Bowley 58, McKenna 57. So the average pace is like 57.66666 between the three centre-backs. You know, absolute madness. Now we do have this guy here on the bench, Nyakate. Now he's got 79 pace, but I want to play Joe Worrell because he's the captain. I want to play Scott McKenna because he's Scott McKenna. So that leaves me between Bowley and Nakate, and I know Bowley and I don't know the other guys, so for that reason alone, that's why I went there. Right back, I'm going to choose Aurier. Although Williams, I will try and use as much as possible because I think he's got a lot of potential. Use on loan Lodi at left back. Moving into the midfield now, we've got Koyate, Lingard, and Fruller. And then up front it's going to be Awone and Dennis. If I'm butchering any of these names, then I apologise. Wait till we're 3-0 down in the first game. I'll probably be butchering them even more. The weekend is finally here. The Premier League is about to get underway. But before we get into our first opening match, which, by the way, is against Bournemouth, a very winnable game in my opinion, we have to do our first pre-match conference here. So hopefully take it easy on us. Don't ask us too many hard questions, and we'll try and get out here alive and with our reputation intact, and then get on to the pitch. So improvements don't happen overnight. There's a lot of work to be done at the club. Do you think you'll be able to avoid the embarrassment of finishing what? We want to be safe first of all. Before we think about a top half finish, we need to make sure we're not dragged in. I agree with that. The board wanting top half or middle tables. Why has he just stood up? He's going to get his penis out. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's fucking letting his penis talk to the mic. What's this guy doing here? What are you expecting from the Bournemouth game? I want a good performance. Sit back down. That's more like it, son. That's more like it. What are you doing? I knew this guy was missing a few chromosomes, but Jesus Christ. I didn't expect him to do some indecent exposure at the press conference, man. What the hell? Will you sign anyone before the deadline? Actually, I won't, because we don't have the transfer window enabled. Why did they ask you that question when the transfer window isn't open? I just don't get it, man. I honestly, I don't. I don't get that. I mean, it is what it is, but whatever. We're just left. Steve Cooper can't handle any more questions. His brain's fried. He's left the building, and it is now time for the opening Premier League game of the season. Here we go then. Premier League is Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest from the Fatality Stadium. It's mad that this stadium is even in the Premier League. I'm surprised that it's allowed in the Premier League, that the capacity is like qualifying to be in the Premier League, because I believe it only holds about, is it 18,000, 19,000? I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. I don't know, for me, I think it's like it's a really low amount. Now maybe Bournemouth don't have that many fans, and that's fair enough, but it's such a small stadium. It just looks weird seeing this stadium in the Premier League with all these other big fucking stadiums, and then you've got this like little Bournemouth stadium with about 2 seats in it. It doesn't look right. But anyway, stadiums don't win you games, players do. And here is how Bournemouth are lining up. 4-2-3-1. GAMINGJESUS.1. Who's the main mans we want to be looking out for? It's got James Tavernier. Dominic Solanke. We know he can score goals. I think we'll need to try and take care of him. Then you can see Tavernier's brother there in the Bournemouth side. Maybe James Tavernier could end up in the Premier League one day. Who knows? Maybe James Tavernier could become a Nottingham Forest player. Who knows? Anyway, we're going with Dean Henderson, Aurier, Worrell, Bolly, McKenna, and Lodi. Kouyaté and Fuller just in front of them. Then it's Jesse Lingard, and up front we've got Dennis and Owani. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get off to a good start here. A draw would be alright, but again, like I said, I think it's against one of the teams you'd expect to be fighting relegation. This could very well be a 6-pointer. If there's any games we're going to win in the Premier League this season, you'd expect it to be games against the likes of Bournemouth. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it wins at the question, but I really don't want to lose on opening day. Here we go. Let's make sure we get a result here. Brooks coming forward. McKenna just trying to outmuscle him. Didn't really work. Tavernier now to Pearson. It's Solanke. Solanke back to Billing. It's back to Solanke. Oh no. Oh yes, good stuff for Bolly there. We won it. And oh, Dean Henderson. We need to get Hennessy back in, man. What the fuck was that for Henderson there, man? Just awful pass, putting us in needless trouble here. It's Bolly. It's going to try and oh, it's a good save. I tell you what, he got us in trouble, but then he got us out of trouble, so we'll forgive him. I thought that was 1-0. I really did. It should be. Solanke can't believe he's not scored it. To be fair, I can't believe he's not scored it. But Dean Henderson, what a guy. Might not be able to pass a ball for shit, but he's pretty good at saving it with his hands. Corner about to come in from Bournemouth. We'll need to defend this properly. We need to attack that. It's into the hands of Henderson. And let's try and slow this down a wee bit then. It's been a good start for Bournemouth, but we've managed to see out the opening attack. Another corner now for Bournemouth. They are putting us under a lot of pressure. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. And it's another great save by Dean Henderson, man. Holy shit. Not even 10 minutes in, and I've lost count of how many saves Dean Henderson has had to make there. That is absolutely brilliant. Bournemouth cannot believe they didn't take the lead. I can't believe it either, to be fair. Ball in again. It's headed away by Owani. Pearson will get to it. Owani, though, steps in and wins it. And Owani now could be away. Oh, just overran that. Good challenge for Bolly. Now, can we do something? First time we've actually got a bit of possession here. It's been all Bournemouth in the opening 12 minutes. And they've come out of the blocks on fire. And we just barely hung on. You know, I wasn't really proud of the opening spell from us. But let's see what we've got now. It's Lodi to Lingard. Lingard takes it back into a midfield position. He's going to try and maybe play Aurier out wide. Aurier then looking for a cross. Oh, it's dangerous. And it's a goal. It's a goal. 6-yard box. It has been smashed in. And that has to be, I think that's the best luck we've ever had. I mean, we're under the cosh for 12 minutes straight. We get forward. A cross comes in. It breaks to, I believe it's Kouyaté at the edge. I mean, yeah, how lucky is that? But it's a good cross. It's a cross across the 6-yard box. It could go anywhere, and it went anywhere. It went to Kouyaté at the back post, and he just blasted it home, taking no chances. Didn't even, I don't think he's tried to place that, but funnily enough, he's actually placed it right in the bottom corner with power, and that gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 0. In terms of performance, we haven't started well, but in terms of scoreline, it's phenomenal. Get in. No, it's through. It could be it. Oh my God, Solanke with the goal. I've been praising Dean Henderson. He doesn't even attempt to make a save there. But the defending from us isn't good enough, so yeah, we can't really blame Dean Henderson. Even if he does try and make the save, likelihood is he won't make it. I mean, just look at that. Where are we going? We've been done in there. Just not good enough. And you do that at this level, and you will get punished 100%. And that's what we've been done there. I mean, look, what's Dean Henderson doing? Too busy running to the ball. Doesn't even attempt a save. And yeah, Bournemouth are back in this. Kouyaté, the goal scorer, to Awoni. Awoni loses it, gets pushed off the ball there, but referee, didn't they see a foul? And it's played on here. Bournemouth looking dangerous. Oh, we've slid in there. It's Worrell. Worrell now has to defend here. Worrell has to make sure he doesn't get through, and he's got enough on that. Dean Henderson collects. Nice wee sidestep for Aurier. Finds Fuller. Fuller out to Lodi. Lodi controls it pretty well. Does a couple of step overs. Doesn't really get him anywhere, but then he gets past Brooks. Whips a left foot at cross in. Goalkeeper there. Nato makes the save. There we go then, we get to half time. It's 1-1. Dominic Solanke's had 5 attempts, only the 1 goal. Bournemouth will probably be the happier side considering they played better, but they might be wondering how they're not winning at half time, because they have pretty much came out all over us, and we are hanging on, guys. I'm not going to lie here. I'm not going to say we're in this. We're in the game technically because we're in it. We're drawing, but yeah, no, we have just been under pressure from the opening minute. We had one chance. We took that chance. Maybe if we get a second chance, we'll take a second chance. Who knows, guys? Big 45 here coming up in the second half. Oh no, got a player down. Referee though is continuing. It looks like he might be getting up to his feet. Not even sure who it is, but he's down. He's hurt. Might be Aurier. Ball it to wide. Oh, great challenge for Worrell. Slid in, got the ball. We will concede a corner. I don't know if there's any injury here. Oh, is it Aurier? So hopefully he's okay. Ball comes in. Oh, it's a diving save for Henderson. Lodi then takes it in his path. And Lodi slides in, but loses the ball there. So counter-attack comes to absolutely nothing. It's Kouyate. He's in a lot of space here. Kouyate strikes it, and it's straight into the hands of Neto. Easy catch for the goalkeeper, but I mean, the space was there, so Kouyate had to attempt something. Worrell comes across, good challenge from the big man. The captain then plays up Dennis. Dennis runs into trouble, and I mean, he gets back on his feet. It will be a throw-in for Bournemouth. Tavernier is going off. Bournemouth haven't really done much in this second half, to be fair. And I'm happy with how we're playing. We're looking like we could potentially even nick this. Aurier. Kouyate. Whips a ball in. It's a good ball. Awani was there, but couldn't get on the end yet. Scott McKenna slides in. Tries to get the ball. Doesn't get the ball. But what he does get is a yellow card. But I'll take that because I think Bournemouth were looking promising there on that attack. So, you know what? I will happily take that booking. I think it's a good foul to make. Aurier going off, Nico Williams coming on. That injury causing them problems. No point keeping them on the pitch any longer. Oh no! I said it was a good foul to give away. I must look like an absolute fucking jackass now. Stanilas with the goal. Free kick. I must be about 35 yards out, and he's completely smashed that home into the top bins. We'll see it again here. Oh, that's a great strike. Does Dean Henderson get fingertips on it? He might get something on it, but that's a phenomenal goal. He does. He gets fingertips on it, but not enough to keep it out. And it's not looking good, guys. We've went from looking like we're going to get something. We're now with trail 2-1, and we've got 16 minutes to rescue an equaliser. Williams to Awoni, out to Kouyate. Kouyate to Awoni again. He's trying to get into the box. It's crossed in. It's a good cross, but there's nobody there. No takers. Alright, 10 minutes to go. A couple of substitutions being made. We're bringing on Morgan Gibbs-White and Brennan Johnson as we try and push here for a second goal. Try and rescue a point late on. It's going to be difficult, but we'll give it our best. Bournemouth coming forward. I mean, we're trying to find an equaliser. They're trying to find a goal that would put the game beyond us. But we've won it. Can we counter? Ball played over the top. It's Johnson. Can he take this in his stride? He can. He's got away from him. Oh, Johnson scores. Johnson equalises. I didn't think for that angle. I'm going to be honest. A guy called Johnson. No idea who he is. I don't expect this to go in. I'm thinking maybe we win a corner, goalkeeper saves it out, or we get something, maybe a rebound, one of our incoming players gets something on it. but I didn't expect him to score for there, and he has scored. He just came on as a sub, and he's got a goal in 5 minutes. What a guy. Put some respect on the name. The name's Johnson. Ben Johnson. Ball it to Lodi. Imagine we could win this. This would be insane. Awoni to Lodi. Is there a chance here for us to win it? Lodi! Oh man, Neto made the save. It was almost a carbon copy of the goal we just scored a minute ago, but this time it was at the goalkeeper, not in the back of the net. Shit. Gibbs White is trying to get back, and he makes a good challenge. Good stuff. 3 minutes he had it on time. Gibbs White to Awoni. Awoni to Coyote. Kuati. Fuck it, Williams now. It's Nico Williams. Nico Williams. It's a lot of space crossed in. It's too near the goalkeeper. And that will probably do it here. Not a lot of time remaining. Goalkeeper should probably have launched that up there. He has rolled it out. And that will pretty much confirm. And it does. That this match between Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest will finish 2-2. It will finish in a draw, and we kick off our career mode. We kick off with our first ever game in the Premier League with a point away from home. And you know what, guys? I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Dominic Solanke had a really good first half. Could have scored a hat-trick in the first half. He done absolutely nothing, though, in the second half. And he will probably be unhappy with how this game's played out. But I'm happy. It's a 2-2 draw. It's a point on the board. I'm delighted with that. Looked like we're about to lose. We rescued it late on. I've no complaints. I've absolutely no complaints. And in the second half, you know what? We were probably the better team. I would maybe go as far as saying we actually deserved a draw based on the second half performance. So, yeah. Buzzing. 2-2. First point of the season. And after that, we are sitting in 7th place in the table. So, 1 point after one game. I'm happy with that, guys. We will try and keep that going. And who knows? If you average a point per game, there's a good chance you'll survive in the Premier League. 38 points coming into the season might be enough to keep you in the top flight. Up next, though, in episode 2, we will have our first home game of the season. We'll be taking on Brighton Hove Albion. That's a game where I think we should be looking to win. Remember, the objective for the board, they want 7 clean sheets at home. That could be one of the games where we look to keep a clean sheet, so I will be trying to do that. But the most important thing is the points. I'll be trying to win all 3 points. And then after that, we face a trip to Anfield. That's where we'll find out, guys, where exactly we are in this career mode, where exactly this squad is at. So that is it. Leave a like, leave a comment. I would appreciate it if you can do that. It helps the algorithm, it helps the video, it helps the channel. And if it helps the channel, it helps me. And if it helps me, it helps fucking Nottingham Forest. So do it. Do it for the Forest, guys. That is it. I'll catch you in the next one. Till next time, been Son of Scotland 90. Thanks for watching. Peace.